Hello, high school instructors. So this video is going to explain to you how you are going to duplicate the existing big interview assignment that is already constructed and available and just personalizing it for you and use in your course section. So you will get this document from me where it talks about creating your interview assignment, tells you the site that you need to go to in order to access it. You will log in using your DSC credentials. So just hit log in and it will have you do the two-factor authentication and all that fun stuff. And then once you're actually done doing that, you want to click on the option where it says back to administration or back to admin. And then that will take you to a page where there's a whole long list of people who have created different big interview assignments. What you want to do is you want to go to the one that is called Big Interview Assignment SLS2301. And it was created by me. You'll see that on there. Now, what you want to do is you want to get down to that one and you want to choose duplicate from the option once you get down to that one after you've selected it. What will then happen is after you've duplicated it, you'll get this screen. And the key part here is you do not want to do any edits or anything while you're on this screen. So the big X there, do not do edit details and settings here. You're going to do that later. If you try to do it here, it's going to get very confusing and it's going to ask you to rebuild the entire assignment, and you don't want to do that. So when you get to this point, you just want to do save and publish. So once you do that, you'll then see that, congrats, it's been published, and it will give you the code number for your version of that assessment, or that interview. So that is the code that is specific for your class's input, the video links that they're going to do for this assignment. So what you want to do is you want to copy that code somewhere, jot it down, write it down, whatever it might be. You can always get back to it, but you are going to need to add that code to the worksheet for identifying characteristics of a professional interview. I just realized that's a typo right there. We'll fix that while we're talking here. So jot down that code, and then what you're going to do is when you go back into the shell and you have that document with the assignment, in the instructions at the top here, and I did talk about this in the assignments video, you will need to go in here and put that code in where it says XXX. So what you'll do is you'll save this file, you'll go in, you'll modify this, you'll resave it, and then you'll have to put it back into your class, into the folder. And again, it explains how to do that here, but I'm happy to help you if you don't know how to do that. And it is a later assignment, so even if you don't do this right away, you have a little bit of time before you have to make this change, but you do need to make the change. So once you actually have the code and you've updated that worksheet, now you can actually rename your information. So you'll go right back into that page, but now it's saved as copy of big interview assignment SLS2301 with your name. And you want to go here where it says edit details. Now, this is where you'll change the name and put a due date in there. I suggest that to make it easy for everybody to change the name to your last name, big interview assignment, SLS2301 SP24. So Smith, big interview assignment. That way we know what teacher it is, what semester, in case you even want to go back and you say, oh, well, I taught this in fall of 23 and spring of 24 and summer of 24. You know which version and what you have with any of those kinds of things. At some point, you'll be able to delete them as well, but for right now, just leave everything in there. So again, just change the name right here using that naming convention, and then put the due date in there and use the same due date as you have as your end date for the actual assignment. Now you can always go in and you can make whatever changes. Let's say somebody had a technical issue or they couldn't get the link or whatever, and you're letting them get to it later. You can go in, fix the due date for that person to go in there and say, hey, you can go in and do this. That's your discretion. But at least if you put the due date in there, that's when the last day that they can do it, it stays consistent. Then what you want to do after you've made those changes is you want to click here to submit your changes. I have no idea why it says guardar details. I have no idea why it doesn't say submit or whatever it should be. But that green button, make sure you hit that, otherwise your changes won't be saved. Okay, now once you've updated it, this is what it should look like. Leave all the description and everything the same. So again, once you've done that, this is what it will now look like in Big Interview. And again, there's your code if you ever need to get back into it. If you need to go in and make any modifications like changing the date or anything, you can go right back here into Actions and edit details and go and change the date, any of those kinds of things. But again, that's the copy that you want there. You'll see that Big Interview gives you an option to invite attendees, but you would have to upload a spreadsheet of your students to send that email out and everything. We have everything that we need right in the assignment. So this is what you need to do on the back end so that your students can do the assignment correctly. What I just want to show you is one of the handouts in the assignment folder for the students explains for them how to submit their link, because for this assignment, they're going to do the worksheet with all those question prompts. And then they're just going to take the link from Big Interview and put it in the comments section in the assignment folder. So it lays that out for them step by step here, tells them what they need to do, how they're going to access the videos and such that they need to do. It walks them through everything that they're going to do in Big Interview. But then here it explains how they're going to turn it in. So when they go on to the DSE in the assignment folder for the interviewing assignment, they're going to add a file, which is their worksheet. But in the comments area, that's where they're going to enter the link for Big Interview that they did as their mock interview. And then they just hit submit, and that will then attach the folder, or excuse me, the worksheet, and then the comment, the link from Big Interview. What I did was I just looked at their videos and I gave them some general feedback, very general feedback. But then I said, look, I watched your video. There were some good things. There were some things you might need to work on. Get in touch with Career Services at Daytona State College, and you can set up an appointment with someone to review this video. You can share the link just like you did in our assignment, and they will review it with you and give you more specific feedback. So don't feel like you have to be a career counselor for this. You can just say anything that you think is obvious. You know, you said a lot, you twirled your hair a lot. There were some things that maybe you didn't do the most professional presentation. You didn't seem very polished. You know, any of the things that you might want to say for those kinds of things. But then if you're feeling like you're a little out of your wheelhouse, then make sure that you just say, I think that there's things that you can work on. Make an appointment with Career Services. And that's what we'll be able to, again, highlight that they have that service available to them here at the college. So hopefully this helps you understand not only how to fix that assignment on the back end yourself, but how the students will be submitting this assignment as well. If you have any questions, get in touch with me, and thanks for watching.